Hi everyone, Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and thank you so much for joining me for this 25-minute Vinyasa flow, where we will move through a series of different mat-based and standing postures to get a little bit of movement and energy flowing through the body. So you won't need anything for this, just yourself and your mat, and whenever you are ready, let's begin. Okay everyone, so let's begin by coming onto all fours today. So onto the hands and the knees, have the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. And we'll start with a few gentle cat-cow. So as we inhale, we look forward, take the tailbone up. As we exhale, tuck the chin into the chest and round the spine. Inhale, we roll forwards, open up the chest, tailbone up. Exhale, chin to chest, round through the spine. Nice, just continue on here. Inhaling to come forwards and exhaling to send it under. And if this is the first kind of movement like this that you are doing all day, then take it easy here. Give the body space and time to begin to open up. Give the spine some movement, room to free itself. Nice, let's take one more round. So an inhale to come forward. This time as we exhale, we're going to straighten out the arms, send the bum back towards the heels into your child's pose. As we inhale, we're going to drag ourselves forwards, keep the nose as close to the mat as we can, and then inhale into our cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, send it back. Inhale, bring the body forwards. So keep going here, exhaling back, inhaling to come forwards. Just bringing a little bit more movement now into the joints, into the shoulders, the hips. Maybe begin to feel that little rush of energy through the body. Begin to connect to your breath here. Let's take one more full round here. So a nice big inhale. And as we exhale, send the hips back. Meet me in your child's pose. You might want to take the knees as wide as the mat. Maybe stretch the fingertips forward. Let the forehead rest towards the mat. And take a few deep breaths here. Maybe lift the elbows off the mat. We might walk the fingertips towards the top of your mat. Stretching the arms and the side body. And then maybe we walk the hands off towards the right hand side, only as far as is comfortable. The hands might come off the mat, they might not. Take a full breath here. And then walk the hands back through center, take them off towards the left hand side, feeling that deeper stretch through the right hand side of the body. And then back to center, take one more full breath in your child's pose. And then gently roll the spine forwards and meet me back in your tabletop. From here, we're going to walk the knees back. We're going to lower our chest towards the mat and come to lie on the belly. We're going to bring the fingertips maybe as wide as the mat here, and we might press the whole hands onto the floor, or we might tent the fingertips here. As we inhale, we're going to think about rolling the shoulders back, lifting up the chest, and using the muscles in the back to lift. As we exhale, lower the chest, lower the forehead back to the floor. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, release it back. Inhale to lift. Exhale to release. And just continue with this movement Link this movement up with your breath. Think of this as one big smooth ocean wave here, waving the spine up and down. Taking a few more here, maybe starting to deepen your breath at this point. Nice, and then the next time that we inhale and we come up, we're going to stop and we're going to hold. Maybe the elbows stay bent here, or maybe we straighten out the elbows. Take that chest forward, roll the shoulders back. Take one full inhale and exhale, lower softly all the way back to the floor. Nice. From here, slide the hands back in underneath the shoulders. We're going to tuck the toes under, engage the core, and then either lift up into your full plank or your half plank with the knees on the floor. And we're just going to hold it here, taking 3 deep breaths. So in full plank, the knees are lifted. In half plank, the knees are on the floor, but we're pulling the belly button back towards the spine, staying strong through the arms, pressing into your mat. Taking one more breath. And then lift the hips high, send them back, downward facing dog. And again, maybe we want to take a little bit of movement here if this is your first downward facing dog of the day. So take whatever movement feels right. Maybe we pedal out through the feet, bending each knee at a time. Maybe we want to wave the hips side to side. Just take whatever here that your body needs, just to begin to loosen up the back of the body and the hips. And then come back into stillness. Take one more full breath in your downward facing dog. And then on your next inhale, we're going to roll the body forward, shoulders over the wrists. As we exhale, chaturanga. So lower the body down to the mat. Inhale, press into the hands, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Nice. From here, on your next inhale, lift the right foot up towards the sky, bend the knee, and step that right foot up in between your hands. Inhale, lift the arms up into your high lunge, holding it here. Finding strength through the legs, keeping the arms lifted, the chest open. Maybe we find some movement here. So inhale to reach up. As we exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms down and around. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, cactus. Inhale to lift. And exhale, cactus the arms. One more time. Inhaling to lift. Exhale, cactus. Come all the way back into your high lunge. Take one inhale, straighten the front knee, and then exhale, bend a little bit deeper into that front knee. Let the hips drop a little lower. Feel a deeper stretch through the back leg. And then on your next exhale, release the hands down towards your heart into Namaste. Take your gaze down towards your front foot. And we're going to find a little balancing pose here. So we're going to think about shifting the weight into the front foot. Whenever you're ready, catch your balance. We're going to step ourselves forward onto the right foot. Bring the left knee in towards your chest and hold. If we are having trouble with the balance here, maybe pick a little spot in front of you, something that's not moving. Keep your gaze upon there. And then either hold it here or bring the right hand onto the left knee, and we're going to open the left hand out behind. So we find this twist through the spine. Maybe we take the gaze towards the back hand. Holding strong, connecting to the breath. Taking one more full breath here. And then release. All the way back to center, hands come back into Namaste. And then we're going to step that left foot all the way back, and we're going to find our warrior two. So reaching the hands out at shoulder height here, the back toes are facing the long edge of your mat. There's a bend through the right knee. As we inhale, we're going to reach the hands up. As we exhale, release the arms down, sit a little bit lower. Hold it here. Roll the shoulders back, the chest is open. Take one more full round of breath. And then we either stay here or maybe we drop the right elbow to right knee, reach the left hand up towards the sky. Gazing up towards the fingertips. One more full breath here. And then come back into your warrior two. We're going to reach the arms up, spin onto the back toes into your high lunge. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down either side of the front foot. Step back to plank and take a chaturanga. So inhale forward, exhale to slowly lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Breathe it out here. Take a few deep breaths. And if downward facing dog isn't a position where you can necessarily feel like you're catching your breath, then feel free to come down into a child's pose. But just start to lengthen out the breath. Begin to take deeper inhales, slower exhales. If you're still in your downward dog, maybe we give the head a little bit of a shake. Maybe a little bit of a nod, just releasing any tension from the neck and the shoulders. And then if you're in your child's pose, tuck the toes under, meet us back in your downward facing dog. Take one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, we lift the left leg up, bend the knee, exhale, step up in between the hands. We're going to lift the hands, lift the upper body, find your high lunge. Hold it here. We're on the tippy toes of the back foot. There's a nice bend through the front knee, and we're holding it here. Keep the shoulders open. Taking a few deep breaths. Nice. As we inhale, maybe we straighten out through the front knee, and then exhale, sit just a little bit lower into your high lunge. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, bring them all the way down and around. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, cactus and open. One last time. Inhale up. Exhale to cactus. And then lift the hands out one last time. Find that strength in your high lunge. And then take the gaze down towards the front foot. Bring the hands together in front of the chest, and we're going to find our balance on this side. So shift your weight into the front foot. Find your focus point, something that's not moving. And then whenever you're ready, step into the front foot. Bring that right knee up towards the chest and find your balance here. Find your center. A few deep breaths, focusing. Maybe we stay here for a little extra challenge. Bring the left hand onto the right knee and open the right arm towards the back of your mat. Twisting everything towards the right hand side. Maybe take your gaze towards the back arm. Take one more full breath here. And then come all the way back to center, hands together in front of the chest. And then step the right foot all the way back, toes pointing outwards, and find your warrior two. So reach the arms out here. Left fingertips reaching forwards, right fingertips reaching back. Keep the shoulders rolled open. Take a full breath here. Find that strength. If you're good here, you stay here. If you want to go a little bit further, maybe we bring left elbow to left knee. We reach the right hand all the way up towards the sky. Keep the chest open. Right arm long, fingertips reaching up a little bit higher. Take one more full breath here. And then release back into your warrior two. As we inhale, we reach both hands up, spin everything to face forwards. Take one big inhale and then exhale, lower both hands to the mat. We're going to step the left foot back into your plank and chaturanga. So inhale forwards, exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Maybe taking that pedal out through the feet. Maybe finding stillness, just whatever feels better for you. And then coming back into stillness, back to your downward facing dog. Maybe from here we might reach the left hand towards the outside of the right leg and then look up under the opposite armpit here. So we find a nice twist through the body. Exhale, come back to center, same thing, other side. Right hand comes towards the outside of the left leg, looking under the left armpit. And then release back to center. Take a nice deep bend through both knees. Walk the hands back towards your feet and meet me in a forward fold. So your knees can be bent or straight. Maybe we take hold of opposite elbows here and find a little rock side to side. Let the head hang heavy. The shoulders relaxed. And then come back to stillness, back to center. Release the elbows. If we're holding on, take a generous bend through the knees and press and roll yourself all the way up and all the way into standing. When we get there, take a few big rolls through the shoulders, up and back. And then come back into stillness. Nice. From here, we're going to step the feet maybe as wide as the mat or maybe a little bit wider, just depending on what feels good for your hips, but we can shimmy the feet about when we are moving into this. We're going to come into our malasana. So we want to have our toes pointing outwards. So we don't want the toes pointing forwards, we want them on a little bit of an angle. Keep the spine nice and long. We can bring the hands together in front of the chest. And then we're going to start to bend the knees, tracking the knees out over the toes. And we're going to come just as low as feels good. So maybe for you, you're stopping here. Or maybe we go all the way down towards the mat, but we're releasing our tailbone down towards the floor. We're trying to keep the soles of the feet connected to the mat. And then if you would like to, you can use your elbows to press the knees a little bit further open. Maybe find a little sway here, side to side. Breathing deeply into those hips, into the inner thighs. Take one more full breath here. And then come back to center. Release the hands back to the floor. Lift the hips up. We can heel toe the feet together. And we find our halfway lift. So we want the backs of the legs straight, We can bring the hands somewhere along the fronts of the legs, whether it's on the ankles, the shins, the thighs, and we keep the spine nice and long. Keep your gaze down towards your mat. Take a few deep breaths here. And then after your next full exhale, we can take a nice deep bend through the knees. We can bring the hands towards the mat, and we're going to walk ourselves all the way out into our child's pose. So we can bring the toes together, we can take the knees apart, release the forehead down, and just take a few deep breaths here. Focusing on slowing down the exhale. Letting the body come back to stillness, come back to center. Noticing how the body might be feeling at this point. And noticing if from your child's pose there's any other position or any other variation that you might wish to take here for your last few breaths. Maybe we wish to bend the elbows, bring the hands together above the head. Maybe we wish to walk the hands off towards the right or the left. Maybe we want to find a little rock with the hips. Maybe we want to roll the forehead on the mat. Whatever we need here, we take for our last few breaths. Maybe at this point, the only thing that feels right is stillness. Focusing on a few more mindful breaths here. And then after your next full exhale, we can start to lift the gaze. We can walk the hands back towards the knees, bringing ourselves into some kind of seated or upright position. And we can take one final inhale to reach both hands all the way up, and exhale the hands down to your heart space. And thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like. If you would like to see more, please subscribe. Any suggestions or comments, please let me know in the comment section down below. And thank you so much once again for practicing with me. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste.